Right, I believe we have some footage that has been taken on a mobile phone.
The world we see is a beautiful lie. Imagine standing at the Giants Causeway in Northern Ireland, where 40,000 basalt columns meet the sea. We are told these are natural volcanic formations, but a recent drone flight suggests otherwise. High on a cliff, a massive stone slab, part of the mountain itself, suddenly slid outward with mechanical precision. It wasn't a collapse, it was a door.
Giant experts all congregated here and have been examining the rock face to see if there is indeed any sign of Finn McCool, that legendary and magical giant.
For several seconds, a dark, rectangular void was exposed before the stone hissed back into place, leaving no seam behind. Sonar sweeps of the area returned results that no scientist wants to explain. Behind that wall lies a chamber filled with tall, upright forms standing in a perfect line. They aren't lying down like the dead. They are standing at attention, spaced at exact intervals. As authorities quietly restrict access to these coordinates, tourists still report a deep, rhythmic thrumming beneath their feet. It sounds less like an earthquake and more like a massive engine idling deep within the earth. The Magnetic Forest Pyramid.
Beyond Scotland's written history, when you delve into this land's prehistoric past and the many mysteries still surrounding it.
The Earth's mechanical secrets aren't limited to Ireland. Deep in the Scottish Highlands, a perfect granite pyramid stands 41 feet tall, hidden by dense pine forests. Queen Victoria ordered it built in 1861, officially as a memorial for Prince Albert. But Victoria's grief led her into the dark world of the occult and seances. Some researchers now believe this pyramid, surrounded by 10 stone cairns aligned with the stars, was built as a bridge to another realm. Hikers near the structure report sudden bone-chilling temperature drops and compasses spinning in useless circles. The granite shows zero erosion after a century of harsh winters, looking as fresh as the day it was cut. It sits in total silence, a massive magnetic weight that feels less like a monument and more like a beacon waiting for a signal. The scorch marks of Myra.
The Lycians didn't leave us a lot of writing, so much of their history is lost to time. But they did leave us magnificent tombs carved into cliffs and beautiful ruins.
In the cliffs of Myra, Turkey, the homes of the dead are carved directly into the mountain face. These rock-cut tombs look like an ancient apartment complex, but the interior tells a terrifying story. Inside the lion tomb, 11 life-sized figures stand in a permanent circle, their eyes fixed on a central sarcophagus. While they appear to be statues, visitors report a heavy, suffocating sensation of being watched. The most disturbing detail, however, is on the inside of the sealed stone doors. Deep gouges and scorch marks suggest these chambers were frantically resealed from the inside. There is no air supply in these rock cavities, yet soot on the ceilings points to fires lit long after the tombs were supposedly empty. With unexplained radiation spikes still leaking from the rock, it seems the residents of Myra never truly moved out. The identity theft of St. Mark.
From the sources that there was a main chamber in which Alexander was placed in a sarcophagus.
History's greatest cover-up might be hiding in plain sight beneath St. Mark's Basilica in Venice. For 1,000 years, pilgrims have prayed over the body of St. Mark, but historians are sounding a dark alarm. They believe the body actually belongs to Alexander the Great.
This is the legacy, putting Egyptian and Greek art together. This is the legacy of Alexander the Great.
It is.
Alexander's legendary tomb vanished from history at the exact moment Mark's mummy appeared in Alexandria. The remains in Venice show Egyptian mummification signs that were never used by early Christians. The church has flatly refused DNA testing, fueling rumors that they are protecting more than just a religious tradition. Some fear the lead-lined casket hides ancient, dormant pathogens or pagan artifacts that could shatter the church's foundation. The king of the world may be resting in a saint's robes, waiting for the lid to be lifted, the dark mirrors of Guerrero. In 2023, 2 explorers in Guerrero, Mexico, discovered a cave chamber untouched for centuries. Inside, they found 14 artifacts resting on manually smoothed stalagmite pedestals. The most striking finds were smooth black discs made of polished hematite, dark mirrors used for blood scrying. What terrified the team was the total lack of human traces. No footprints, no torch soot, and no trash. It was as if the mirrors were placed by beings who didn't need light or solid ground. Mesoamerican legends claim these mirrors were portals to the underworld designed to trap the souls of the living. Even today, the black stone seems to absorb light, creating an eerie sense that someone is staring back at you from inside the reflection. The humming tunnels of Warsaw. Beneath the streets of Warsaw lies a 200-foot stone corridor missing from every official map. Built in the 17th century, it features 40 deep, empty niches that look like burial spaces, but no bodies were ever found. The true horror is physical. Researchers who enter the tunnel emerge with intense headaches and hallucinations of figures standing in the darkness. Sensors have captured a persistent, low-frequency hum vibrating through the walls. This infrasound triggers extreme dread in the human brain, yet there is no natural source for it. During World War II, the tunnel was kept off military maps, suggesting the authorities knew it was occupied by something they couldn't control. The vibration continues today, a mechanical warning to anyone who lingers. The Whispering Ones of Kentucky. Mammoth Cave in Kentucky is a 360-mile labyrinth of bottomless pits and airless voids. Archaeologists have found mummies preserved by the cave's unique dust, including one pinned beneath a 2-ton boulder in a kneeling position. It looks as though the ceiling was triggered to drop while the person was accessing a forbidden chamber. Native American traditions warn of the Whispering Ones, who live in the deepest pits. Modern explorers have confirmed this, reporting metallic echoes that sound like muffled conversations in the dark. People have emerged in states of total panic, claiming their shadows were being pulled toward the deeper shafts. With sections still sealed behind heavy steel gates, the cave's true residents remain hidden. The Turtle Tomb of Sipadan. Off the coast of Sipadan Island, 65 feet underwater, lies a limestone maze known as the Turtle Tomb. The floor is covered in the white skeletons of turtles that lost their way and suffocated in the dark. But divers have noticed a detail that defies logic. The skulls are almost all pointed in the exact same direction toward a faint, shimmering light leading deeper into the earth. Some skeletons are missing limbs despite there being no scavengers in the cave. Underwater microphones have captured low, rhythmic moaning that sounds like deep-sea breathing. While the official story is a tragic accident, the uniform direction of the skulls suggests the cave is a massive predatory trap. Rumors of human remains in the deeper silt traps continue to haunt the diving community. The Soul Battery of Germany. Our final stop is a field in Germany, where a 2,600-year-old Celtic chamber was recently found. The oak walls were so well preserved they looked brand new, protected by a zero-oxygen environment. Inside, a youth and a man wearing a rock crystal amulet were buried with a bronze chariot. The chilling part? Grave robbers had tunneled into the chamber with surgical precision, hitting the floor plan perfectly without advanced tools. The man's crystal amulet is believed to be a soul guide, an object meant to keep the spirit tethered to the site. Excavation members reported an overwhelming sense of wrongness as they removed the artifacts, as if they were shutting down a process that had been running for 2,000 years. These sites prove that the Earth is a puzzle, and some of the pieces are finally starting to wake up. Conclusion and C. To the world is full of doors that were never meant to be opened. If you want to be there when the next secret is exposed, make sure you're subscribed to Mysteries Uncovered Files. Stay curious, stay vigilant, and never stop looking beneath the surface.